The general youth apathy in involvement in county governance, democratic and security processes offer fertile ground and a readily available pool for criminal activities.
And because of the challenges the youth face, including low level of education, challenges around the labor market, access to resources, social issues, societal environment, it means that they are vulnerable into crime and criminal activities.
The youth tunatumika vibaya sana. Even during the peaceful demonstrations, you will find that youth tunatumika kama the goons.
Through criminal gangs that have been terrorizing residents of Nakuru. The partnership between MIDRIFT HURINET and the Civil Peace Society program through the GIZ is characterized by the implementation of a pilot project dubbed Peace and Social Cohesion through multi-sectoral youth-led dialogue on conflict mediation and violence prevention in Nakuru, Kenya.
It openly came out that youths are not fully involved in the participation in the governance process.
The moment tulitoka hapa, tukaenda tukaanza kufanya hizo action plan yetu tunafanya. Tumepata mayouth wengi wako na talent. I think the main reason wanafanya hizi wizi nini their idol na wana kitu ya kufanya.
So whenever an election is called, the young people don't come. They just leave it to the wazee. And the women also say it is a wazee thing.
The pilot project, spanning 4 months, was implemented from the month of July to October 2023 with an aim of contributing to building safe, secure and peaceful communities by creating a pool of youthful peace and security champions.
We had a 5-day forum, an intergenerational dialogue. The county government, we got to engage with them on matters of accountability and how we as youths and women, how are we going to be incorporated in the decision-making processes, and also about policy formulations and how are we going to make the county government accountable.
Targeting youth and women from the sub-counties of Nakuru Town East and Nakuru Town West, the project focuses on increasing communities' resilience against gang violence, gender-based violence, and other forms of violence, including politically instigated violence and intercommunal conflicts.
One of the issues that also came out strongly is one of the conflicts that has always repeated itself among the gang violence, the organized gangs in Nakuru East and Nakuru West fighting amongst themselves. And I was also happy that a section of them were engaged in the Vikao Viamani Mashinani, and we were able to identify what are some of the problems that is causing this consistent fight amongst themselves.
When it comes to peace, pia the youth tunaweza kutumika vizuri if we place ourselves out there. Tunaweza kuwa the champions to the others. Mimi kama youth nikikuja naona beshte zangu they are involved in all these crime shenanigans. Naweza kuja naongelesha niambie crime at the end of the day ukiangalia the positive and the negatives, the positives huwa inafanya nini? Huwa inainua. But the negative ni hapa chini nikikuwa involved in crime most of the time I'll be the one to suffer. Ikirudi personal level mimi ndio nitasuffer. Ule mwenye alikuwa amenituma will be nowhere to be found.
In the period under review, intergenerational dialogue forums bringing together participants from the 2 sub-counties were conducted, where community champions, women and youth were capacity strengthened on governance issues, public participation processes, democracy and involvement in electoral processes, and the role of women and youth in peace, security and social cohesion.
Youths never knew about the CIDP, the County Integrated Action Plan, and this is the mainstream action plan for the county, whereby the youth should be involved in the development of the county. So we wrote the necessary departments, and they gave us copies of the CIDP, and I'm happy. The last the last public participation, most of the youths gave their views and gave what they need to be included in the CIDP.
Women and youth are actually the most vulnerable when it comes to conflict, when it comes of lack of peace. So women generally should be at the forefront in fighting for the rights and also ensuring that peace is maintained at all times. But you find that being the biggest even in the population, they are left out in most cases.
Following the intergenerational dialogue forums, the already capacity-strengthened community members spearheaded grassroots peace meetings with community members to disseminate the knowledge on governance, peace, security, and mental health in the community.
We had several vikao vya mashinani whereby we raised and saw a lot of issues. The youths were drawn from different localities, whereby we found out that the youths are not being involved in democratic processes, and we came up with action plans, several action plans, which we made follow-ups to the county government for the youth policy, because we understood that most of the youths are very green and they don't understand what is a youth policy.
When it comes to conversations around peace and security, governance and democratic processes, there is a risk when this part of the population is left out.
Among the community members reached included Nyumba Kumi leaders, village elders, religious leaders, chief and assistant chiefs, CHVs, women leaders, and representatives of PWDs. The participants engaged in the activities testify that the project created a platform of knowledge sharing on policy development, budget-making processes, and inclusion of youth and women in local peace and security structures.
Nilikuja pale kama representative wa organization and as a youth. And back at home where I stay, I'm involved in a youth group. So whatever I learned from here, I went and implemented there. For example, when it comes to crime and security, I use my network to source someone who is an advocate who will come to talk to us as the youths, atuambie ukiingia kwa crime, this and this is what is ahead of you. So it is upon you to choose either you go to crime or you go the other way.
East and West, mimi sidhani kama siku hizo wako na hiyo wenye walikuwa wanasema wanagombana, because every time tunaweka hiyo modeling training, East ikwangi ati ni ya East ama West, wote tunakuja pamoja, wanakuja training wote. Every time tuna make activity sema ya uimbaji, nini ya acting, tunafanya pamoja. So I think hii nini imetuunganisha as East and West.
On the governance issue, we decided that we are going to hold our county government accountable. So we've written around 2 petitions whereby we've sought information on matters of accountability. And one of the petitions was replied to, the other one is not yet replied to.
The importance of intergenerational mentorship for promoting peace and security cannot be overstated. The MIDRIFT CPS project hopes to address the gaps that hinder youth participation in governance processes and to change the outlook and motivation of youth while providing them with clear paths of making their voices heard and empowering them to contribute to social cohesion and peace within their communities.
We use the hashtag #BogiInformed to put out the information on peace and governance issues that have been affecting the youth. We also encourage the youth to participate in public participation, to go to the CIDP forums, and to also participate in budget making processes across their county and across their wards. Not only did we take up this mandate in Nakuru East, but we also did it in Nakuru West.
The youth have the potential even to lead, but tumejiweka out there tutumike vibaya, which is not a good thing. We have the potential to lead. We should take these opportunities, leadership opportunities zikikuja,